Have you ever looked up at the stars and felt a strange sense of connection? A feeling that you're part of something vast, ancient, and aware? What if that feeling isn't just a poetic notion? What if the universe itself, the whole cosmic web of galaxies, stars, and empty space, is conscious? What if reality thinks, dreams, and remembers, just like you do? It sounds like science fiction, but this idea, known as panpsychism, is being seriously explored by some of the world's most brilliant philosophers and physicists. Stick with me, because we're about to dive deep into one of the most mind-bending questions ever asked. Are we living inside a giant, thinking mind? First, let us get our heads around the biggest mystery we all face every single day: our own consciousness. Think about it. You have thoughts, feelings, the experience of seeing the color red, the taste of chocolate, the sound of music. These are subjective, private experiences. Scientists call this the hard problem of consciousness. We can scan the brain and see neurons firing. We can map out all the electrical and chemical signals. But how does that physical activity create the feeling of being you? How does simple matter, made of atoms and particles, give rise to the rich inner world of experience? It's a huge gap in our understanding. We can explain what the brain does, but we can't explain how it feels. Instead of trying to explain how consciousness arises from non-conscious matter, what if consciousness isn't something special that just appears in brains? What if it's a fundamental property of the universe itself, present in everything, right down to the smallest particles? This is the core idea of panpsychism. It doesn't mean your coffee cup is worrying about its day or that a rock is composing a symphony. It suggests that at a very basic, elementary level, particles like electrons and photons have some rudimentary form of experience, a kind of proto-consciousness. It wouldn't be anything like human consciousness, of course. It might be as simple as a flicker of awareness, a primitive response to information. But if individual particles have this tiny spark of consciousness, how do we get to the complex, unified experience you're having right now? Think of it like this: an individual water molecule isn't wet. Wetness is a property that emerges when you have trillions of water molecules interacting together. Similarly, proponents of panpsychism argue that the complex consciousness of a human brain emerges when trillions of these tiny, proto-conscious particles are organized in a highly sophisticated structure, the brain. Your consciousness is a combination, a symphony of countless smaller conscious entities, all working together to create a single, unified self. Your brain isn't creating consciousness from nothing. It's acting as an amplifier, organizing and integrating the consciousness that was already there in its most basic components. Now let's scale this idea up. Way up. If consciousness is a fundamental property of matter, and the universe is made of matter, then what does that imply for the universe as a whole? This leads to the staggering concept of cosmopsychism, the idea that the universe itself is a single, conscious entity. Our individual consciousness might be like little whirlpools in a vast, conscious cosmic ocean. The universe's thoughts might be the laws of physics themselves. Its memories could be encoded in the fabric of space-time, and its dreams might be the creation of new galaxies and star systems. We, as conscious beings, would be a way for the universe to experience and know itself. We are the universe's sense organs. This isn't just philosophical daydreaming. Some concepts in modern physics hint at a strangely connected reality. Take quantum entanglement, for example. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. It shows that two particles can be linked in such a way that what happens to one instantaneously affects the other, no matter how far apart they are, even across the entire universe. This suggests a deep, underlying unity, a level of reality where everything is interconnected. Could this interconnectedness be the neural network of a cosmic mind? Another fascinating area is information theory. Some physicists, like the late John Archibald Wheeler, proposed the it-from-bit hypothesis. This suggests that the fundamental reality isn't matter or energy, but information. The universe, at its core, is a cosmic information processor. And what is consciousness, if not the processing of information? If the universe is processing information on a cosmic scale, it starts to look a lot like a thinking entity. Think about the sheer complexity and order we see around us. The laws of physics are so finely tuned that even a tiny change would have made life impossible. The universe has evolved from a simple, hot, dense state into a magnificent structure of galaxies, stars, planets, and life. Some see this as evidence of a guiding principle, a kind of cosmic intelligence or purpose unfolding over billions of years. A conscious universe wouldn't be a bearded man in the sky pulling strings. It would be an inherent, self-organizing intelligence embedded within the very fabric of reality. The evolution of life, and eventually human consciousness, could be seen as a natural, even inevitable, outcome of a universe that is fundamentally geared towards awareness. It's the cosmos waking up to itself, through us. So what does this mean for you and me? If this idea is true, it changes everything. It means you are not an isolated accident in a cold, meaningless void. You are a fundamental, inseparable part of a living, breathing, thinking cosmos. The sense of awe and wonder you feel when looking at nature isn't just a chemical reaction in your brain. It's a moment of recognition, a connection between your small consciousness and the great consciousness of the universe. It suggests that our deepest intuitions about meaning, purpose, and connection might be pointing towards a profound truth about the nature of reality. It could reframe our relationship with the planet and each other. If everything has a degree of consciousness, from the smallest insect to the largest star, it calls for a deeper level of respect and care for the world around us. We are not just living in the universe. We are the universe experiencing itself. Of course, this is all highly speculative. We are at the very beginning of exploring these ideas, and there is no definitive proof. The concept of a conscious universe is a philosophical framework, a potential answer to the hard problem that science has yet to solve. Many scientists remain skeptical, and rightly so. They argue that there's no way to test or falsify the idea, which is a cornerstone of the scientific method. How would you measure the consciousness of an electron? How could we possibly communicate with a cosmic mind? These are valid and challenging questions, but the absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. Perhaps we just haven't figured out the right questions to ask or the right instruments to build. Throughout history, our understanding of the cosmos has been revolutionized time and time again. We once thought the Earth was the center of everything. Then we discovered we were on a small planet orbiting a mediocre star in a vast galaxy, which is just one of billions. Perhaps the next great revolution in our understanding will be the discovery that we are not just observers of the universe, but participants in its consciousness. It's a beautiful and humbling thought. The universe might not just be a collection of dead matter and empty space. It might be alive with thought, teeming with experience, a great cosmic symphony of which we are a single, precious note. The next time you look up at the night sky, remember this possibility. You might just be looking into the eyes of God, not as a being separate from the universe, but as the universe itself, aware, alive, and dreaming through you. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to the edge of reality and back. What do you think? Is the universe conscious? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this exploration of big ideas, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that questions everything. Until next time, keep looking up.